They'll start out on the ground with Jones. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson, and that's caught inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. The Packers at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And they give the Jones off tackle. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside 3rd of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
The kick by Crosby is good, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now the first running back drafted in April, this is Breece Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Hall again on 2nd down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. They find some open field here. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. They'll go again with Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Carr. This will be caught by Edwards. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is. Here on 3rd. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They'll go for it. It's Carr. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Straight ahead is Hall. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 44 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action. Now Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Bryan Edwards, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Berrios. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. We can repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Right now.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Paul on a give up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Carr. Open man here is Conklin. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
29.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now a play fake. Carr. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where they're...
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Rodgers now on 1st down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the block.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Carr. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On 1st down, Rodgers. And that's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
26. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that's incomplete.
problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something is wrong with the ball or the wind or something is funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And Carr gives himself up, but not before he picks up a first down. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. In motion, the tight end. On play action, it's Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Edwards. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The Jets on the move. Couple of big plays back-to-back.
First down grab there by Tyler Conklin, and he's a big part of the rebranding of the tight end position in New York. The Jets brought in multiple starters at that position, and Conklin, he's coming off a career-best year in Minnesota. 61 catches in his first season as a starter.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
7:34.
Ball again on second down. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. In motion goes the tight end.
6:18.
Ball again. And some room to work. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Play action. Now it's Carr. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Out of the gun, they run the ball. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
$6:37. 93.
Now Carr. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Tyler Conklin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Zerline good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Pulls it in at the 13. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. average yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
Barrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw.
This pass out wide to Hall. Finding space at the 40.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They'll give to Hall. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Kill! 93!
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Carr trying to lay one up deep. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rodgers. Tunyon's got it on the out route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
To throw is Rodgers. And this one too low.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
We're good. White Monday. 808. Hey, 734. 29. 29. Later 9.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Go Chief. Later 1.
Carr now on 1st down.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
Touchdown, Jets. Making 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Next one.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
88.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And this This winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Packers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throwing left side, Watson has it. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike.
Get 300! Get 300!
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. Got Dobbs over the middle. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is down to 28-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
What now?
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have got...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Zerline now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, take 26!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Next one! Jim! Get 300! Get 300!
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
He has a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there.
You're mine.
And he winds up giving the ball away.
Express.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 88.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
150.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. On play action, now Carr. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game instead of being able to shut the door. It's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
26.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Shotgun now for Carr. This pass wide to Hall. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Right down.
Here's a give to Hall. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Carr now on 1st down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Hey, 7:34.
To throw, it's Carr. He's going to wind up and air it out. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. That's caught inside the 20. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they have just about put this one on ice as they got it here. 1st and 10. A handoff for Hall. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now Zerline on and the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. We're facing a big fourth quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Yeah, 300.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Completed out left to Dobbs. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Go to 50. Hey, you block. Here we go.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Completes it again to Dobbs. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And again, it's Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Inside.
On 1st down, Rodgers. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now Rodgers. And it's caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off into 4th.
Kill. 7:34. $6:37.
Carr going to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Got Dobbs over the middle. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Take 30. Hey, take 26.
There's Rodgers to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
In motion left, the tight end.
Inside.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day those defenders had, though? How many takeaways did they have? I quit counting after a while. They were clearly the better team, and their defensive effort, it led the way.
So for the Jets, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders.